കൈകളുമായി നിൽപ്പു, നിറമിഴികളുമായി നിൽപ്പു, ചൊരിയണമേ മഴയായി, അനുഗ്രഹപ്പൂമഴയായി. സ്വരമായി ലയമായി ദ്രുതപദചലനങ്ങളായി, കലയുടെ കൽവിളക്കിൽ നെയ്ത്തിരി പോൽ തെളിയാനായി പരമ്പൊരുളേ കനിയേണമേ, പ്രാർത്ഥന കേൾക്കണമേ. തവ ചരണം ശരണം, തവ ചരണം ശരണം.
Now, I invite Ms. Neetu P., Research Scholar, Ma Theophilus Training College, for welcome address and for introducing the guest.
Good afternoon, everyone. Greatness results from great ideas and great effort. Respected dignitaries on and off the dais and all delegates present here. It's indeed a great pleasure to welcome you all to this plenary session organized by ICLSE. It's my honor to welcome Dr. Sajid Kumar Nair, CEO and founder chairman, Competent HR Solutions and Asian School of Science and Engineering Technology. Sir has more than 35 years of extensive professional experience in numerous national and global corporations, which aiming to enhance capacity building, human capital, and national growth. Sir, welcome you as the moderator of this plenary session. Sir, please. Today, we are blessed with an eminent resource person as our keynote speaker. He is Dr. K. Ilankovan IAS, former Additional Chief Secretary, Managing Director, Inkal Limited, Chennai. I cordially invite our guest of honor of the day, Dr. K. Ilankovan, sir, to this session. It's my pleasure to welcome Professor T.G. Saji, Associate Professor at Cochin University of Science and Technology. He awarded PhD in Financial Management from CUSAT and have Financial Management from CUSAT and have double MPA in Finance and Investment Management also. Sir is a research supervisor of 6 PhD theses, 1 awarded, 1 submitted, and 4 pursuing. Sir, we are privileged to have you with us. Welcome you, sir. We extend a hearty welcome to Dr. Sudhi Kumar Kapoor, retired senior lecturer in Diet, New Delhi. Sir, presently working as training consultant and curriculum designer on educational and social issues among adolescents, youth, and youth professionals in various NGOs. He organized about 800 training programs at national level for students, teachers, and teacher trainers, NCC, NSS, and NGOs. Sir, we are delighted that you have decided to join with us. A warm welcome, sir. It's a moment of great privilege and honor to extend a hearty welcome to Sri C.G. Andavar, State Director, KVIC Thiruvananthapuram. Welcome you, sir. I take this opportunity to welcome V. Manogaran, Director, Emotional Intelligence and Life Skill Training Program, Sri Lanka, to this section. Welcome you, sir. He's absent. Okay. Lastly, I welcome all distinguished guests on the dais and I extend a warm welcome to all who are present here. Once again, welcome you all.
Now, I invite Dr. Sajeev Nair, sir, to handle the session. Sir, please.
Hello. Hi, good afternoon. Hello, my dear friends. Please keep smiling. First of all, somebody is looking like this, somebody is looking very sad and all. Give a big round of applause to everyone first. Thank you. Which is very important. Lively kind of sessions. It is you guys as to support in all respects. First of all, I would like to invite the famous dignitaries here, present over here, Mr. Elinkoven. Give a big round of applause. Plus after that, Mr. Saji is there, and plus Mr. Radhakrishnan is there, and Mr. Kapoor is there. They are all very professional, eminent experts and exponents in that particular field. Definitely we'll be talking more about employability and self-reliance and life skills and how it is going to be beneficial for the students and faculties on a continual basis. A lot of discussions definitely which we can discuss based on my experience in the industries globally in the United States and UK region and Far East region, African region, including with the Reliance Industries. I was senior vice president and the founder of a group manufacturing academy for Reliance. We'll be discussing a lot about that kind of things. You know, definitely duration of the whole discussion is I think 2 hours. And before I start, and I cordially invite the keynote speaker to say a few words that first, and after that, give a big round of applause, you know. It's a very senior and senior dignitary. Please, sir, welcome you. Thank you. Thank you.
Mr. Saji Nair, moderator. Mr. Saji, the other speaker. Dr. Radhakrishnan, Mr. Subhash, and a very distinguished ladies and gentlemen in the audience. I am speaking in this conference for the second time. Last year I did speak in Delhi. I spoke there on the adolescent health. Even in this conference, I was supposed to speak yesterday because of some preoccupation and sudden official engagement. They asked me to come today, but the topic is totally new. But I thought it's a very important topic because this topic reflects today's larger issue of youths not getting employed. Self-reliant and employability through life skills is the topic. This topic basically assumes that through life skills, if you have a good life skills, you will not only become self-reliant, but also you will become easily employable, thereby achieving the real purpose of life. In essence, life skill importance is underlined in this topic. I am sure all the speakers who are going to speak in this conference, in this session, will throw more light. Now, I am not going into details of saying what is life skills. Maybe all of you must be knowing, and that is not the topic here. But just to give a context, just to build a context, what is life skills? Life skills are essentially those abilities that help promote mental well-being and competence in young people as they face the realities of life. Most development professionals agree that skills are generally applied in the context of health and social events. For the young people, life skill is very important from the point of being mentally healthy, that is mental well-being and competence. Now, I have been in various positions in government. I have been chairman of so many companies. I have been on the recruitment board. I have attended selections in the panel in the KPSC, that's called Kerala Public Service Commissions, which is selecting people to Group 1. And from my experience, I can say, first I'll talk about the employability. Now, there is a great mismatch between what we teach in the college and schools and what the employer wants. This mismatch is the root cause of many people who are academically brilliant, but when they actually go and get a job, they become not so successful. This is like you are falling between the stools. Why we don't have that employability? Now, what is that the employer looks at you? When you apply for a job, you apply through all your certificates. That is what is known as the educational qualifications, experience and skills. You say all these things in your CV, in your curriculum vitae. You say I am this degree, this marks, and I am a rank holder. Everything is there. But still, when you go to the interview, what do the employer want? Employers want to know what is not written in the CV. What is written in the CV is known. You would have got about 93%. Okay, it's done. Therefore, the employability, the crux is how you are suited for that particular job. Now, there are two kinds of skills to get a job. One is a hard skill and it's a soft skill. Hard skill is about technical knowledge. That's what I said, certificates, marks, distinctions. That is there, that is proved. But more than that, soft skill is something which is not captured in any certificate. Soft skill is something which you have not demonstrated anywhere. Therefore, the employer wants to know what are the soft skills you have. Why? The employer feels while the hard skills being a prerequisite, what distinguishes one candidate from another candidate is the soft skills. In the UPSC exams, when we appear for the exams, whole lot of big evaluation takes place on the personality. As you all know, in the UPSC, a degree is sufficient to write exam. Once you pass your some theory exams, when you go to the interview, they test your personality. There will be a psychologist, there will be professors, there will be academicians, there will be even administrators. In those interviews, what they typically do is, they put what is called as unsettling questions. They will put some questions to the candidate, basically to unsettle him. How he reacts during that unsettling questions is what they observe. They keep a psychologist and see whether he is nervous, whether he is not, whether he is losing his composure. What is that this guy is doing? Because an employer wants to know how you will react at times of adversity. They also test your convictions, how strong you have views on issues. You cannot waver. When you answer a question and when somebody is giving you some sort of a cross-examination, immediately changing the opinion. That's called conviction. That's called power of conviction. So friends, let me tell you, what is important today to get job? you have to make a notch above others. All of you are distinguished in your exams, marks, but what makes you is what is known as the employer wants you to have what is known as emotional quotient. IQ, intelligent quotient, is now being replaced by emotional quotient. What is emotional quotient? What is emotional intelligence? There's a famous book by Daniel Goleman, 1995. He wrote a book on emotional quotients and emotional intelligence. Now it has come very important that we don't work as a single person in a company. We work in groups. Till 1990, there was nothing called emotional intelligence. Two scientists, if I remember correctly, I think John Mayer and Paul Salovey, they wrote a first article and they coined the term emotional intelligence in 1990. This concept became very famous in 1995 with this book called Emotional Intelligence. What does it say? It says, a successful person or a person who's desired is the person who can recognize, manage his emotions well. There are two aspects to emotional intelligence. First, you will have to recognize, manage your emotions to achieve a better mental well-being for you. Second, recognize and appropriately adjust your behavior to suit the emotions of the people in and around you to achieve a common cause, that is a teamwork. So basically it says huge importance on emotional well-being, huge importance on recognizing which emotions you will choose. There are bad emotions, there are good emotions. When you are faced with adversity, when you are faced with criticism, a body reacts in such a way, there's an automatic route where we choose the bad emotions. We get angry, we get envious, and we become sad. These are all bad emotions. So the employability, people look at your emotional quotient, how strong you are, emotional quotient. Now what is emotional quotient in terms of skills? Skills, in terms of skills, it says compassion, empathy, understanding of others' opinion, all encompasses emotional intelligence. So this is what employability looks at one. Second important quality of employability is about integrity. The interview, as at a panel, looks at a person who is honest. If you don't know the answer, it is better to say, I don't know the answer, rather than beating around the bush. That speaks of integrity. That is, it also speaks of your ability to accept the fact that you don't know the answer. Never try to push that you know everything. Third is about teamwork. They will examine you whether you are a team member. Can you work in groups? Which means, again, coordinations, persuasion, negotiations, again empathy and compassion. Will you be a member in the team or will you be a loner? If there's a discussion that takes place, will you contribute to group discussions? So teamwork, integrity, emotional intelligence, and honesty. Of course, integrity means basically honesty. And one important factor is about the relationship management. They will assess you how you are going to be a good friend or a foe. So I am not getting into details of this. I am only saying what you learn in college is not the entire requirement of employer. Employer wants something more. These are called soft skills, which are not taught in the schools and colleges. If I remember correctly, Government of India did try to bring in teaching this life skills along with the act called Right to Education Act. Right to Education Act in India introduced what is known as co-scholastic skills. When they brought in CCC, that is continuous and comprehensive evaluation in schools, they gave huge importance to not only scholastic skills but also co-scholastic skills. As a secretary in the department, when I was talking in various forums, some teachers used to come and give us a fantastic feedback. I asked one of the teachers, tell me, how do you evaluate as co-scholastic? One teacher, she told me, sir, when you have a games, when you have a physical training game, when one child falls on the ground, we just look at saying that who is the other child that goes and helps him. The tendency, if it is a running race, people run. But who is that person who gives a care? This kind of very fine aspects is called, co-scholastic skills. But as anyone could understand, in the maze, in the huge rush for marks, ranks and medals, these co-scholastic skills have virtually withered in the schools. Government of India had an excellent intention in the year 2004 to get these acts. So Right to Education Act is a path-breaking act. Now, as a higher level, there is a survey in US saying who becomes the CEO of the Fortune 500 companies. Someone did a study. Everybody is equally talented, everybody has got high educational qualifications, but who among them becomes the CEO? And they found out that a person with a good interpersonal relations, a person who enjoys a good interpersonal relations is selected as the CEO of the company. Why? He has to take them along, he has to take the rest along, and he has to run the company. Therefore, interpersonal relations are extremely important. Now, I will throw some light on being self-reliant. I read something recently about being self-reliant. Self-reliant is actually, according to me, the foundation to become a strong individual. As you all know that, there's a poem called Emerson. Ralph Wilson Emerson in the US first brought out this concept of self-reliant. He says, I quote him, the idea that one can rely on his own or her own judgment, choices, and be free from those societal influences to be self-reliant. What, basic unquote. It says, a young individual, if you want to be successful in life, has to believe in himself first. Self-belief, self-awareness. Unless you believe in what you think, everything else is secondary, he says. Everything is secondary information. What you hear, what you see, all secondary information. But what you believe is the first-hand information. So an individual who believes in self-belief is a confident individual who can face life much better than an individual who has no confidence in his beliefs and views. Now, therefore, becoming self-reliant and will help you to develop skills that are required to become easily employable. I will not go to details. I will now sum it up by saying I have a couple of references. I just want the young people to read those 3 books which I thought I should mention here. The first book is called Triple Package. It's available in Amazon. It's written by a Chinese-American professor, Ami Chua, and her husband. What they have done is, they have analyzed which are the communities, which are the cultural groups that has become successful in America. See, US is a land of opportunities. People say the great American dream is because if you go to America, you can live your dream. Opportunities are galore. But why certain people succeed? Why certain people don't succeed? They found out that Asian Indians, Jews, and the Cubans have become successful in America. They are all immigrant groups. They are all immigrant groups. Among the people who are living in US, who are not immigrants, say, who have been living pre-1950s and 40s, it's a different study. But among immigrants, these three groups seems to be successful. They have found out three traits. Number one is a superiority complex. Children with superiority complex, they perform good in education. Number two, there should be a security tenure threat. That is basically what they say is lack of security. A superiority complex, lack of security, and impulse control. Those three psychological traits has made 3 or 4 communities in the US succeed. Read that book. It's an important book, you'll understand. They say Jews say, they teach the children saying, we are the chosen people. If you start inculcating inferiority complex in your child cannot perform. You will have to basically give a proper input to the child. That's what they're quoting Jews saying, Jews teach those children as we are the chosen people. The child believes, I belong to a superior race. I am not getting into merits of this racism or something. I'm only saying the book describes those traits. So some of you here should read that book. The second book I wanted to refer here is that there's a book called Build the Life You Want. You can build the life which you want. It's a fantastic book for youngsters to understand the circumstances that is now prevailing today. It talks about emotions. It talks about basically Stoicism. See, Stoicism philosophy gives a fantastic message that everything in this world happening to you, you don't have control on that. The day you get an idea that you are not the master of all the happening around you, you get peace, you get happiness. So Stoicism says that there are things on which you have no control, so don't worry about them. Focus on those things where you have control. You will be happier, you will be peaceful. So this book builds on the Stoicism philosophy and says, introduce what is known as metacognition. Metacognition is a trait. If everyone develops, the life will be much happier and pleasant. What is metacognition? Metacognition is ability to inspire and understand what is happening around us. So, Build the Life You Want is the other book which I would say. And the third book which I wanted to say is, this is a famous psychiatrist called Edward de Bono. Edward de Bono is an Austrian psychiatrist who developed novel concepts in positive psychology. He is the man who developed what is known as lateral thinking. So he written a book called How to Have a Beautiful Mind. How to Have a Beautiful Mind. It's a very good book for those of you who want to develop your life skills, soft skills. It says that when to agree with someone, when to disagree with someone, how to be attractive, how to make a statement, how to take a position. It's all psychological background. It's a very well reviewed book, small book. So Edward de Bono, book on how to have a beautiful mind. So these 3 books, triple package, Build the Life You Want, and how to have a beautiful mind will throw a lot of light. Just to summarize what I said, even if you distinguish in your academic career, there is no guarantee you'll get picked up in a job. You have to develop soft skills. They are called life skills. Life skills you have to learn only by seeing, only by learning, by reading books. There are no institution that teaches you what is life skill. Life skill is you are more in close proximity with your surroundings and in harmony. You have less negative emotions. You have less anger, less envy, less sadness. You are more tuned, you are more aligned with the atmosphere where there is a positive psychology. You will learn this habit, you cultivate these traits. They say success will be on your side because you will be seen as somebody who will carry the responsibilities ahead and get along. This is what we in the interview board look at people. Those of you youngsters who are aspiring to be into a big job should learn more life skills. While theory and ranking, university rankings are all okay. But over and above that, who excels in these qualities will get the job picked up. I can tell you one thing, the UPSC interview is a robust interview that goes on for 45 minutes to 1.5 hours. They try to understand who you are. They try to understand those aspects of you which is not available in the CV or biodata. That is where you have to make a statement. In the Western world, there is a concept called personal statement. You have to make a statement. That is where they assess you. Are you fit for the job? Today I see when I sit in the board, many people apply. When we ask them, first question we ask them is, please introduce yourself to this committee. That's a golden opportunity for students and youngsters to say what they wanted to say and hijack the discussions the way they wanted to do. But many people fail. They say, I am so-and-so, I am this village, I have did this. What is in the curriculum vitae is not required to be told to the committee. Introduce yourself means, or we will say, make a brief statement of yourself means, you should tell what this job is, how you fit this job, why you are applied for this job, and what you can do to this job. That is what, like this assessment is very, very important to become successful. I thank the organizers of this conference. I take a lot of interest to come and talk to youngsters, but I understand post-lunch, it's a difficult session to hold youngsters. Nevertheless, those of you who have come, I am very happy that I communicated what I wanted to say. These are very important skills. People who attach important skills will become a very good individual, leave alone employability. You can face life's challenges in a calm way. So Dr. Radhakrishnan is a good friend of mine, and the organizers, I thank them for inviting me to give this address. I hope the delegates who attend this conference enjoy this conference and understand and take away a few things which will hold you in a good positions in life. With this, I thank the moderator, and I never made any presentation, just an extempore I thought I'll say, because they changed the topic just overnight. Thank you and all the best.
Thank you. Once again, give a big round of applause to the keynote speaker. Very important. 2-3 important points, just I'm highlighting here before switching over to Professor Dr. Saji. Very importantly, he has told about the academic curriculum. Academic curriculum, and we have got in industries, we have got industrial curriculum also. Don't think that only we have got academic curriculum. Industry, we have got a very interesting topic called industry curriculum, which I will discuss during my presentation. We call it as a development profile or a competency mapping, competency matrix, etc., in bit in detail. And another very important thing is he touched upon a word called competency. Competency is nothing but the ability to perform an activity within the organization as per the organizational expectation, which is more important, not as per the individual expectation. What organization is expecting that the people has to perform very well. For that, there are three important things which I am touching upon many, many times during my presentation and in between also. Knowledge, which is very important, and skill is very important, and behavior is very important. Behavior is the most important part, which he has already touched upon. These three together is known as the competency. Organization is always, because my background is actually I'm coming from an organization that too from a largest organization in Asia, that is in Reliance Industries as a senior VP, and before that I was with the Royal Dutch Shell, that is one of the global corporation, more than $500 billion corporation that is in the United States, and we are working into the various companies. One of my best learning, one of my mentor, he was talking to me, Sajeev, we want to generate a lot of performers in the organization. We don't want to generate a lot of talkers in the organization. Organization doesn't accept, lot of talkers. People can talk blah, 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 blah at all, Organization wants productivity. Organization wants cash flow. Organization wants branding. Organization wants minimize the downtime. How the cash flow can be enriched to the organization, that is more important. So please remember, ladies and gentlemen, especially the students and the faculties, how you can impart the knowledge and skill as per the organizational requirement, that is more important. Because one of my discussions with IIT Chennai, even in IIT Mumbai, the industry curriculum, how we are going to integrate. Industry curriculum, industry requirement and all, that doesn't mean that, whole sort of curriculum has to be injected into the academic curriculum. It is not possible also. There are a lot of things and good thought process, which provoke me to talk something about this. And next is very important, very eminent and smart young gentleman, Dr. Saji. Please give a big round of applause. And I invite Dr. Saji to say something about the life skills, employability, etc., etc. Welcome, Saji.
Thank you, sir. At the outset, I want to correct my association. Presently, I am the professor and dean in Central University of Kerala. So the profile which read by the introducer, that is about 5 years back, because I was joined Cochin University as an associate professor in School of Management Studies. Still, I am proud of being a faculty member in Cochin University of Science and Technology. Obviously, only one university which has been gained QS ranking presently in Kerala. That is why being proud of was a faculty member in Cochin University of Science and Technology. So this will be a great challenge as well as privilege for me to speak on the employability, because I have seen a team of very, very talented and a persons of high acumen in employability as well as the industry exposure. And also I am seeing a lot of people who have in a sense we can say, an august audience comprises of very, very well experienced, also veteran persons or personalities in the domain of education. So I am only 47 years of old, become professor at the age of 42. That is my achievement. When I told, that is my achievement. So I now want to speak about the employability because I am purely an academician. So I can talk from the perspective of an academician, but last 20 years of experience in the business education, I have experience with many, many employers, what they demand. When they are coming to my organization, my previous institution or present institution, very unfortunate to say that they are very difficult to pick the right person for their job. This is the employability gap which we are perceiving today. No doubt at all. I have no hesitation to say that. First of all, being proud of born and brought up in a country like India, because India is the second largest English-speaking population in the world after US. India is a country having the largest, third largest in terms of foreign exchange reserves in the world. It is one of the biggest, at the same time, fastest emerging economy in the world. Now we have an identity. India has an identity. So we are proud of India, no doubt at all. And more than that, one of the quality of India is we have a very large, in a sense we would say, demographic dividend. So what is demographic dividend? People say younger populations are more. But literally we can define it as a demographic dividend means The working age population is greater than non-working age population. The people between the age of 15 and 65, that is the working age population, that constitute almost 65% in our country. The remaining 35%, that is younger generation as well as the older generation. The lower mortality rate, reducing mortality rate, reducing fertility rate, that is the strength of India. Why the reducing fertility rate? That is also important. Why? Because if in a family, 5 or 6 students are there, children are there, it is very difficult for the family to cater to the needs, education as well as health needs of those students or those children. But if there is a 2 or 3 children, obviously the family can spend maximum amount, appropriate maximum amount for better health education. That is one of the positive for India because of lower fertility rate. And presently, so a very knowledgeable person is there, very experienced person having 35 years of industry exposure. One of the biggest, I would say, only very few companies are from India. Only 10 companies are from India, which is included in Fortune 500. No doubt one is Reliance Industries Limited. Whether we like it or not, but it is a fact. So, all the employers, what they demand from the curriculum, or what they demand. Obviously, in order to be successful, according to my experience, I would say, 3 things are needed. One is the skill, knowledge. Second one is the skill. And the third one is the wisdom. If a student or if a candidate is possessing these 3 skills, knowledge, skill and wisdom, then he could be employable. No doubt at all, he could be employable. But the knowledge can be built in our curriculum, no doubt at all. But again, in my previous talk with my colleague, my moderator, I said in curriculum, we have 2 types of language we are using. One is we call common sense language. Second one is called domain language. Most of the non-science stream, especially social science, we have a lot of freedom to define anything. Suppose I belong to the finance. If I define company, what is a public company or what is a private company? I would define public company is a company which is not a private company. So what is a private company? The question. So common sense is needed. So anything which is not a public can be a private. We can say no doubt at all. But that is common sense. But the curriculum actually want, the employer actually want the domain language. Without disclosing my identity, you should be the person with whom I am talking. He should be capable to identify which background I belong to. Whether I am an economic man or whether I am a finance or HR person or a marketing man, you should understand. Then only then I can say that I should be successful. Now initially I should say, then I am from that department, I belong to that faculty, then there is no. So without which you should be able to understand which curriculum a person has to belong. Means we have to build common sense, not common sense language, but the domain language in curriculum. But that is lacking because most of the cases, after the semesterization, what we are doing is we are just busy in completing our syllabi. Most of the time we are depending on a guide, a small book. And if the questions are coming from that book, people are happy, students are happy. If the questions are not coming, they said it is out of syllabus. But they haven't seen any reference book so far. Recently, in Goa Institute of Management, there is an interview held. I was one member there. Then I asked one person, other than which management thinker you know, which marketing management thinker you know, everybody say Philip Kotler. So I have read the book of Philip Kotler. So other than Philip Kotler, there is no response. There is no response because we are just by hurting. Management guru or marketing guru is Philip Kotler simply. We are. So what we need is that we have to build knowledge. That knowledge should be the domain knowledge, not in the common sense knowledge. The second one is the skills. That is very demanding. What the industry want, that the academia should provide. Now the industry academia gap is there. Actually in business or industry, we would say this is the era of industry 4.0 revolution, industry 4.0. We have 4 revolutions, industry 1.0. Just before the First World War, this was existing. Second one, industry 2.0. then Industry 3.0 and Industry 4.0. And each revolution, the skills demanded by the industries are different. For example, Industry 1.0, most of the work were done by manually. Manual labor and all the things. That is, that time, I don't know, you might have heard about that. One term called phrenology. Phrenology is a concept actually designed by someone, Francis Galton. And his study is something like that. The size of the skull and intelligence he connected. He has collected some data from some group of people and studied the correlation between one is the skull size and then intelligence. And he found some correlation. And we believe that there is connection between skull size and then that time many of the industries were recruiting people by looking at the skull size. Means most of the work were done manually. Means you have to do the unskilled labor. So that is with no problem at all. Suppose you are a Negro having the 7 inch height. So 7 feet height with a 200 kilogram with around a 200 centimeter chest. Or 100 centimeter chest. You are able to do work. That time the employability was like that. So you have to eat and become stubborn and very, very healthy. But Industry 2.0 that has changed into that concept because the manualization has been replaced by the electricity, means motorization. Most of the work were done by the motors with the help of the man. So obviously there is a greater demand for people having skills in or electricity or skills in mechanic. That time mechanical diploma, electricity diploma and other courses gaining more momentum. Even in Kerala also king of engineering, that is BTech mechanical engineering. But after some time 1980s, what happened? Those courses were lost their luster. Now IT were booming. That time IT were booming. So digitalization came into force. So motorization went and then comes digitalization. Now we started recruiting IT skills that has gone. Now it is the era of Industry 4.0. We are looking for the person having knowledge in IoT, Internet of Things, AI, artificial intelligence, machine learning, cloud computing. Then only those people who have capability and who have to work in that area that can be employable. We have conducted a survey among the people, among the students, and those who are placed in good companies. We have conducted a survey. How many of them have run, especially the BTech graduates, how many of them have run the AI-based courses? So almost all people were placed because of AI-based course, artificial. Why? Because of the research and also practice are changing. Earlier when I am a secondary data researcher, basically a finance researcher. Earlier we were using the annual data, later monthly data, then weekly data, then daily data. Now it's gone. We are using the minute-wise data, second-wise data. So if you want to analyze your minute-wise data, second-wise data, the normal software, most of them are aware of, like SPSS or reviews or any other software, that will not work. We need most modern software, data analytics software like Python, like MATLAB and R. So many software, Watson, many softwares are there. Only those people who have, I'm telling to the people who are looking for their employment, I can rightly say, without any hesitation, I can rightly say that one of the main opportunity for the students, whether you belong to the language, whether you belong to the social science, physics, life science, whatever be the area you belong to, but now you have a greater opportunity in industry, that is as a data analyst. And they are not asking about your background, they are asking about your data analytics skills. My brother is working in India. After 8 years of service as associate professor, the institute has allotted one student. The student is from West Bengal. In mathematics, he has done his PhD after taking 5 years. He joined a company, an American-based multinational company, as a data analyst with a starting salary of 3.5 lakhs. So if you join in an ISR or an institute, how much you are getting maximum? 1 lakh. But she denied that. She joined there because she's a mathematics student working in industry as a data analyst. That is why I told you that anybody, whether you are doing education also or any domain you belong to, the thing which you have to possess is what the industry wants from you, what skills wants from you, what the industry 4.0 wants from you. That should be attained and you have to showcase. Mere skills is not needed, you have to showcase it. We management people would say, we know only 10%, but we speak 100%. Right, sir? Then only you can be successful. Okay, with these words I conclude. Thank you.
More, please. What is this? More energy, synergy, passion, which is more important. Thank you, Saji. Very interesting topics, and I will pick some few words, and definitely we talked about. He has talked about the digitization. It's keep on coming, keep on coming. Whatever you are doing today, and tomorrow you have to put it in waste bin. That is file number 13. File number 13 means put it in the waste bin. It's going to come. New things are coming up. It's coming, keep on coming and all. That is one important thing. Data analytics, which he has clearly mentioned about, artificial intelligence and different kinds of learning. And you remember, I'm talking about, again, I'm going back, knowledge, skill, and behavior, especially for competency. In the knowledge in terms of the industry, what they want, what is the knowledge? Whatever you learn from the college, your graduation and master's or PhD, that is not the knowledge what industry wants. Anyone can say what the industry wants, what kind of knowledge. Don't worry, we call it as, this is the terminology normally used in organization, we call it as UPK. That means underpinning knowledge. You know what is underpinning knowledge? Underpinning knowledge is the knowledge required for the performance. My gosh. Whatever you learn, the basic theory, basic calculation, basic formulas which you already learned from the college, that is fine. That is academic knowledge. But in industry, what they are saying, we want underpinning knowledge. That means knowledge required to do the performance, like standard operating procedures, some work manuals, some sort of workflow diagrams, process diagrams, procedures, which you are not learning anything from the college. So in the industry, knowledge means knowledge required for the performance. That means underpinning knowledge. Without that, you are not going to be a successful or a competent professional. Competent professional is very important, knowledge, skill, and attributes, or knowledge, skill, and behavior. And he talked about the digitization and plus digitalization, and your learning pedagogy methods are changing. And something I would like to highlight something about 70-20-10 principle in learning. I think your B.Ed Master of Education students, you should know something about 70-20-10. What do you mean by 70? What do you mean by 20? What do you mean by 10? How a person can learn from the organization? Very interesting question. How a person can learn? If a person is joined as a manager or an engineer trainee or a CA trainee or a management trainee. So very simply we can say 70-20-10 principle is the learning pedagogy normally used in industry. 10% means, you may laugh, whatever you are learning, self-learning, your book learning, your web-based training, WBT, or your CRT, classroom training, or classroom learning, that is only 10%. My gosh. So what about the 20%? 20% is nothing but, you are gaining from mentoring, you are from coaching, information required for the job, information required for the industry, that is 20. Then what is the massive 70%? Very simply, it is on-the-job training. That is known as occupational learning. That is known as your business learning. Whatever you learn, you are from an Oxford University, if you put in major corporations in Google or anything, you need to solve the problem. You need to have you are going to eradicate the problems and improve the cash flow. Whatever we earn, the rank and first rank and second rank and gold medal, that you can put it in the shelf. But in the organization, they are looking for a performer. Remember, please, performer. You need to sharpen your performance skills. That is known as, he told about the skills. Employability skills you need to learn and earn. Learn, unlearn and relearn that you already learned 15 years before. You are not going to apply that 15 years kind of learning in throughout the organization. I'm not going to take more time. Mr. Manogaran is here. He is the director from Sri Lanka. Am I right? Please give a big round of applause to Manogaran, and he will be talking something about that. Okay? Thank you. Welcome, Manogaran.
Thank you so much, sir. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. So first things, please accept my apologies for late presence. So I believe I should improve my time management, right? Okay, so in this session, I will take, yeah. Thank you, ma'am. All good. Right. So in these sessions, I will take you through my life journey, right? So then I will add life skills and the employability, what are the connection, and so the journey begin with when I was young, one day in a village. So basically I am from Sri Lanka. Now currently I am living in capital in Sri Lanka, but my childhood was hill country like Kerala, right? So we call it Nuvareli, yeah? So same environment, same like Kerala, right? So one day, okay, right. So one day, when I was young, myself and my brother, my colleagues are playing. One Volkswagen car was coming, and we were very happy. We never see a car, and all my friends and brothers we are looking and touching, right? So we were very happy, and suddenly the inside of the people they are talking. One word I heard. If I remember, my memory was correct, they give some chocolate or something, right? And then one person, he said, "See how poor these people." The word hurt me very much. At that time, even though I don't know, at that time we were poor, we were rich, we never know, but we were very happy with what we have, right? We were very happy what we had. Suddenly that word hurt me very much. And that point, I speaking myself, we are okay. Why that person tell we are poor? And then I realize myself, right? So even though we are happy, something is missing. What is that? And from that on, at that point, I search, right? And my journey and schooling completed. I complete my A-level studies. I choose commerce, right? Commerce, like +1, +2 likewise. So I choose commerce, and I got good results. After that, I have to wait. I got selected for the university, but I have to wait 1 year. And meantime, I thought, okay, there is a one year gap. What I'm going to do? And that point, I search a paper article and I observe on online job market, and I search. At that time, I want to go outside, right? So yeah, I would like to go Colombo, capital, right? Let's say. If you take in Kerala, Trivandrum is the capital, right? So let's say I was Palakkad, far away from here, so I want to come Trivandrum. He homes, and the second day he take me to the canteen, right? So that canteen in Colombo, which is called a ward place, right? So first 2 days, what he was doing is, he saw all the things. So basically it's a canteen. So he was doing all the things, start the stuff and all the things set up. He's advised me, son, look the things, how we are going to start, what are the things you have to do. So from tomorrow onwards, you have to do all the things. But at that point, I'm wondering, I came to handle the cashier job. But this man telling you have to do all the stuff. I have to prepare the sandwich. I have to boil the, fry the rolls and all the things. I was wonder. And that point, the adaptability, right? So even though I don't have, know that these are the life skills or such, but I realized myself, okay, now I'm in Colombo city, far away from my home. I can't go back to my home. So what I'm going to do? Okay, I accept this situation. Okay, I'm going to do this job, right? No problem. I work 2 months there. I gain a lot of experience. There only I learned how to cook a tasty food. So I can make sandwiches, right? I can make biryani, all the stuff, right? So here I would like to stress adaptability, one of the key skills for the employability, right? So whatever the situation, first thing we have to accept this. So we can't run out from the situation. So I accept that situation and work, and after two months, in meantime, I'm searching another job, right? Keep on searching. And after 2 months, I got another job, which is ticketing officer, right? And after 2 months, I got some money, and I'm moving to the ticketing job. So which is quite a white-collar job. I dress well, and I work there more than 6 months. And that point, I got a lot of opportunity to meet Indian embassy people and tourism people. So a lot of network I gained there. And after that, I entered to university. I studied for a Bachelor of Business Management, 4 years study, right? And that time, I got the great opportunity to connect with the emotional intelligence team, right? So one of my senior, he told, Mano, there is a team, they are coming all the way from Colombo. My university is from Jaffna, University of Jaffna, that is northern part in Sri Lanka, right? So one of my seniors says, Mano, there are one of the team coming from Colombo, they need a translator. So I can speak in Sri Lanka in local national language is Sinhala, so I can speak Sinhala and Tamil, right? In northern part, most of the people are speaking Tamil, right? So they need Tamil translation support, right? So my senior advised me to go participate, they will pay. So during my university time, they will pay, so you can get some money. Okay, so I joined with them, I do that job, and the 3-day workshop, which is, we did first day of the free workshop conference, and at that point, I understand myself, right? Who I am, right? What are the strength and weakness, right? At that point only, I develop emotional intelligence, right? So after that, I continuously work with them, and we did a lot of workshop all over Sri Lanka, and I can proudly say I am one of the person who work with ex-combatants and also the military force, right? In South Asia, I can proudly say, right? Normally it can't happen, right? In Sri Lanka, you all know 30 years war, right? Ex-combatants and the Sri Lankan military, they fight 30 years. And I got opportunity, 2 parties put in one wall, we trained them, right? That is a remarkable opportunity I ever had, right? And then my corporate life starting. After graduating, my first job was, I got selected Save the Children, which is a non-government organization, international organization. Meal officer, I work around 2.5 years. And then I got an opportunity to work in a government institution, right? Which is a sales company, I mean Sri Lanka insurance company. At that point, the NGO, they paid pretty much amount. If I switch my job, they will pay less amount. But the opportunity is very rare. I can't get the opportunity in the government office. So in this point, the critical thinking and the decision-making thing, I have to choose. Okay, finally, a lot of argument, brainstorming, I choose to go the government institution. And there I work 6 years, and after that, I moved to private sector. And apart from that, I am and that is corporate life. And apart from that, so which is, Saji sir mentioned, the digital literacy, which is very, very important. So I am a top-rated eBay seller, right? You know, like Amazon. So in eBay, I'm a top-rated seller. So I love to learn digital and digital marketing. So I can proudly say I'm one of the top-rated seller in eBay. Not only that, and also I am a stock market investor, right? So that is my journey so far, right? So here I would like to empathize what are the essential skills we need to get better employment, right? So first things I already empathize the adaptability, which is very, very important. And then resilience, right? So my background is sales, right? So like you said, whatever skills we never mind, we always looking for numbers. In sales, there are 3 things very, very important. Number 1, numbers. Number 2, number. Number 3, number. Nothing else, right? So we believe in numbers, right? So always we pressure or we stress our sales staff bring quality numbers. So some of our sales force, we see, they get stressed, they lose their work-life balance. So there are people who manage their stress and manage their work-life balance, they can only perform well. So here, resilience is right. So here, resilience is very, very important. And another skill is, I would like to empathize digital literacy, right? As Saji sir mentioned, in nowadays in Sri Lanka, in our company, all the things, even the sales process and all the things we put into digital era, right? So we never use paper. But for the millennials, they like to deal with the digital era, but some of them, they don't like to work with digital era. If they adopt with the digital or what do you call apps and new process, they can't perform, right? So they lose their job. So digital literacy is one of the another skill. So thank you so much. That is how it goes. So I like to listen to the next speaker.
We have got a limited time. Thank you. Very good round of applause. Manogaran is from Sri Lanka and Ravanan is also from Sri Lanka. Ravanan has got 10 heads and 20, what is that? Hands. That means multi-skilling and starting from catering to the emotional intelligence he talked and he developed. This is a very good example. Just I am comparing. Fantastic. Give a big round of applause to Manogaran. Very good. And lastly, we have got a very eminent speaker. Mr. Kapoor is actually the former principal of CRT New Delhi. I cordially invite Mr. Kapoor with his great years of experience and maximum 10 minutes, both. Within 10 minutes. Because of the time constraint, after that we have wrap-up session and we need to expect some sort of questions. No. Not this one. You know, this, you close it. Yeah.
Life skills. Okay, friends.
So which slide? This one? First one?
Yeah. No, it is what. This is not mine.
Not yours?
Not yours. Copy of life. Yeah. Copy of life. Yes.
Right.
Yeah. So it is there. I need one slide only.
Which ones?
If you, the backbenchers, I know I empathize with you because during this period I have also used all life skills, coping with the stress, coping with emotion and all that. So I need your cooperation. Kindly leave your mobile and if you want, listen me. It is for those who understand Hindi and Urdu. Fikre muash raftare zindagani. Fikre muash, I think you must be understanding. Fikre muash raftare zindagani. Choti si is dayar mein kya kya kare. Stress of earning and eating. The poor youth will do, how to manage, and what are those elements, what are those things which are exactly required. Those are life skills. Now life skills from the point of view of employability we will focus. But I am sure that if I ask somebody, some students, you will not be able to tell what are those 10 core life skills. So let me read it out first, the definition, and then 10 core life skills. Please. Next. What are life skills? So how many of you know 10 core of life skills? 10 core life skills? No. So we need to go through first those 10 core life skills. Those are the tools. You have a screwdriver, you have a plier, you have this thing. Where to use them? So like those tools, our life skills are there, and where to use it, it depends our appropriateness, our requirement of an employer. So how to use those more. Next. Just be here only. Yes. Next. Be here only. Next. Quickly we will proceed. Yes. Life skills are. Can somebody read them out from? Yeah. See, I want it the student. Vishal, can you read it?
Life skills are abilities for adaptive and positive behavior that enable individuals to deal effectively with the demands and challenges of everyday life.
Our honorable speaker talked about demands, adversity, challenges. What do you say? A problem is an opportunity or a problem is bad? Yes, bad ventures. You are the only hope of mine because you are the only person. Problem is good or bad? Okay, let us decide. Yes, 10 code like this. Next one. So, positive behavior. What is a positive behavior? Lot of persons, they are telling half of the glass, this, that. And you proceed for 10 code like. Yes. Next. Yes. This. इसको enlarge कर. Okay. So these are those elements, those tools which will, if we manage them properly, we will be a successful person. We will be able to handle awareness. Knowing about yourself. Knowing about yourself. How do I look? How do I? Yes, ma'am. If you want to say something. Our own. See, there are a lot of dimensions of self. How for interview. Now, from the employability point of view, we will talk about these lines. Only for employment. How do I look? How do I look before pre-interview? Pre-interview, I have to get ready. I make sure that I am not late there. So how much time I require to get ready? Which clothes? Pre-interview activity. How should I dress up? What should be my look? I was in an interview, and how to maintain my stress. So many interviewees, they came with the stress, and some of the ladies, they start weeping, we have to offer the glass of water. So make sure that you are you have self-worth. Yes, I can do. Yes, I can do. No worry. So compose yourself. This is self-awareness. Now, how to handle yourself is the critical thinking. When we say how, where, what, when, ability to analyze. Ability to analyze is the critical. Where I was waiting for, I was analyzing how much time I will get. You are analyzing after how much time they will leave us. So, an ability to analyze. Another thing, critical thinking means what the employer wants from us. They were saying what the employer, what comes, then it is critical. How I will explain what should be the type of my communication, this is critical. Ability to analyze where, what, who, when, all these are critical. Is it clear to you? Back mohalla, Hindi mein tum kehte pichwala mohalla. Okay. Based on the critical thinking, we make decisions. So critical thinking is the main thing. Actually, these days the employers are expecting a lot. You should be a good person, good professional, good technocrat. So lot of qualities we need to possess as to get a good job. Good. Multi. So these days to get a good job, that is why we need life skills. Otherwise in our time nobody taught us what are life skills, how to prepare yourself, no rehearsal for interview. Effective communication. देखो भी तुम्हें और बात भी करूं तुमसे, नजर अपना मजा चाहे, जुबान अपना मजा चाहे. When you face them, how do you behave? Do you do this thing? I am asking the question, he is looking there. So, eye to eye contact. Verbal and non-verbal communication should supplement each other. When I am saying supplement, I am making my hand like this. So take care of that, your verbal and non-verbal. How do you move? I was taking interview for teachers. So they didn't, some of them they could not write on the blackboard. This is a B.Ed training institute. Make sure the teacher should be able to write on the blackboard. Effective communication. Empathy. These two things go together. Understanding yourself, knowing yourself, and understanding others. Knowing yourself, फितरत में नहीं मेरे गम अपने बयां करना, तेरी जिंदगी का हिस्सा हूँ तो दर्द महसूस कर ले. I am part of your life, so you should feel my concerns, my needs, my fears, my emotions. So this is empathy. When we understand, when we feel not just explaining, I'll ask you. Then creative thinking, critical thinking and creative thinking. Empathy. Just a very good, excellent example. I was sitting over there. I was searching for a paper. This gentleman came and gave it to me. He could understand my need. You have to understand, you have to feel the need, concern, fears, etc., of others. In others, there may be one person, there may be lot of. Okay? Creative thinking. Creative thinking when you go lateral thinking, when you go out of the box. Thinking, दामन पे कोई दाग ना खंजर पे कतराए खून, तुम कत्ल करो हो या करामात करो. There is no spot on your clothes, there is no spot on the knife. How did you? It is charismatic that you committed a murder. So being charismatic, creativity, thinking out of the box, doing that comes from divergent, out of divergent thinking, and then after divergent thinking, lateral thinking is. For that, we should be imaginative. अगर मेरे if I had 3 hands, what should have been PMI? What should have been the management and interpersonal relationship? This is most important because in interpersonal relationship there are 3 types of relationships: building a new relationship, maintaining existing relationship, and breaking the relationship positively and healthy. So first thing for employability, first thing is relationship. That to building a new relationship. Here what is happening? I am experiencing that thing. Dr. Suman, we were talking to Dr. Suman that just see how much person they are doing so much of work. And moreover, I have observed everybody is smiling. We have different culture in different cities, different states. Here in Kerala, everybody will, when just eye contact means smiling. Without a smile, you are not wearing your clothes. So keep on smiling. Employability की बात कर रहा हूँ. I'm talking of employability, that to building new relationships. Smiling, appreciating, encouraging. This even the God requires appreciation and encouragement. We say bhajan, this. What we do? We praise the God. So every person in the world needs, appreciates the encouragement, the appreciation. Coping with stress and coping with it. What is resilience? Resilience is coping with stress and coping with emotion. So friends, all the things, all the expectations, our great speakers spoke, told, this thing, that thing, adversity. Can you tell me now, sir, I have 1 or 2 minutes? 1 minute. 1 minute. Can you tell me which of these life skill is not required for employability? We are talking of from the point of, I am just supplementing their views. So which of the life skill is not required? Young girls, which of the life skills is not? You just introspect yourself. Introspect yourself. Is there any life skill which is not required? That girl. Hello, yes. Which life skill not required? Every life skill is required, of course. But we have to make their appropriate combination. Appropriate combination. Like relationship, if I talk relationship, self-awareness and empathy and communication. These three things makes your now there is no life where most of the time the proper combination. I am good in my academic this thing, but I cannot speak. Effective communication is ना मुझे exposure नहीं दिया गया. I cannot speak on the mic. I cannot face this thing. So now think of the thing. Think of which of the life skills you are having minimum and which of these 10 core life skills you are proficient with. Think of this. Thank you very much for being with me. That's all. You just run it. You just run it. Right from. Whatever. Yeah, it is there. ये को देखो. It's already there. इसकी फोटो लेने से उतना अच्छा नहीं होगा जितना मेरी फोटो ले.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Kapoor Saab. And it was give a round of applause again and again. And thank you. He has already pointed out very important things on 10 life skills and how you are going to, which is again, I'm coming to the industry point of view. He talked about a lot of things about the information. How you are going to apply in reality, that makes a sense, which is more important. We already learned a lot of things. How you are going to put it in practice. Put it in practice doesn't mean that, how you have to reflect yourself, learn yourself, internalize yourself, and execute all these kind of skills in reality. That matters a lot. Then only your successfulness will be coming. Why it is, my gosh, what is this? What showing? Okay, that is more important. So here, because of the time constraint, now the time is 4:10, and I would like to say some sort of, instead of my presentation, and let them ask any kind of questions. And we love to hear the questions from you guys, and we are so happy to answer those questions to you, to everyone. That would be better, otherwise I will be keep on talking about in industry point of view. There are a lot of things about, how these life skills is going to be executed or implemented flawlessly in the organization. I don't want to touch upon some important points. I would like to highlight that. One is, very importantly, we have got this is a new terminology. I think first time you may be hearing, JCP. JCP is nothing but job competency profile. For each job role, if a person is joining in an organization, in a major organization or a growing organization or a learning organization normally have a very huge talent management department or a learning and competency development department. We have got, a job competency profile normally we have for each job role in the organization. If you look at different kinds of departments in the organization, maybe finance department, HR department, operation department, project department, industry management department, sales and marketing, etc., etc., etc. So many departments. In a growing organization, normally big organization, they will identify some asset-facing role. That means these are all the people normally supplementing a lot of information for productivity enhancement. So we will identify those people, we call it is asset-facing roles. In asset-facing roles, we make job competency profile. So life is easy. Once you come to the organization has got a very good, clear strategy. What they do, they have the job competency profile. It is not individual competency profile, job role competency profile. Then we will give that job competency profile to the individual. Then individual go through it, and we already mentioned about SWOT analysis, like strength, weakness, opportunities, and threat, or we identify which are all the different gaps that person has in line with the job. requirement, identify those gaps and fill the gaps by giving training. Then once the training is done, then again reassessment. It is a continuous process. As I said, only 2 minutes job. Normally it takes, for internationally it has been proven that how we can assess a person, being me as an international competency assessor, internally and externally, including global competency assessor and verifier in the organization, which is very important that how you are going to do the assessment. Assessment doesn't mean that, 360 degree kind of assessment. And we are talking about domain assessment, cross-domain assessment, behavioral assessment on the job competency profile. Because the organization is keenly looking for that person, how he is going to be contributing as a person in the organization, as per the organizational expectation, not as per his expectation. What organization is expecting, So that assessment is very important. Based on that, assessment will happen and identify that kind of gaps and fill the gaps by training. How the training is happening in the organization, we have got mentoring system, we have got coaching system, we have got on-the-job training system, specialist training system, self-learning system, web-based training system, classroom training system, and specialist vendor training system. So many pedagogies are important. Why I am talking about too much on that kind of stuff? Because the organization is always looking for productivity. Organization is not always looking for very smart and good looking person. Personality is very important. How that personality we are going to execute it flawlessly through the life skills, which you already mentioned about your critical thinking, creative thinking, problem solving skills, decision making skills. All this kind of skills is very, very vital. Coping with others, adaptability, many things. We can talk many things. But how you are going to apply in reality, that matters a lot. If you are an HR director working in an organization, you learn a lot of things about HR in MBA HR and all, But there is a big strike is going to come in reality. How you are going to face that kind of union leaders and how you can amicably solve the problem, that matters a lot. Oh my gosh, there are a lot of people are coming, this guy will run away or the guy will get fainted and unconscious means, do you think that competency of the person? The competency means how he or she is going to. What is that sound? Okay, very good. They are energized, energy is showing their energy and all, that's very good. So, which is more important? So, with this, we can switch over to the question answer session, maybe five more minutes. If you have any questions, from anyone, please do ask that kind of questions, which is important. Then after that, we can wind up. And before winding up, and the keynote speaker, Mr. Elangam, and plus Manoharan, plus Saji, Kapoor, and Mr. Radhakrishnan Nair. And they are all exponents in their particular field. And thank you very much for coming over here. And you did a wonderful presentation. And you did a wonderful interactive kind of discussions, which was very vital and salient. And especially in terms of taking away. And not only taking away, especially the students here and faculties here. Faculties, you can think of, certain important bullet points, you can conceive it and you can internalize it, then you can explain it very clearly to the student. That is a very important, especially for faculty point of view. And the students, how they are going to take it up, then once they move out, maybe MD students, what kind of training and development methodologies, that is mainly education students you are going to give to the colleges and schools or and any training centers and all, that is more important. Practical implementation of all this knowledge, which is more important, to me it is more important. How the organization get benefit, that is to me more important. Industries are always keenly looking for the technocrats and very good interpersonal skill professionals. Interpersonal skill professional means your behavior matters a lot. It's skills which you have already mentioned, how you are going to internalize it and how you are going to implement it in the day-to-day industry life, that matters a lot. So with this, I'm making a full stop here now. And any questions, please? Any question? Yes. Yeah, please. Very good. Present generation and new recruits, and especially the organization is keenly looking for And somebody has discussed something about interviews. One of my learnings which I have learned, especially the world major corporations like Shell, or even ExxonMobil, or even in Google and all, how their recruitment strategy, we call it as it's a competency-based recruitment. It is not just like, by recommendation and all. People are paying, we talked about 3.5 lakhs, and some companies are there, freshers, even crores, 1 crore, 2 crores, sometimes some big companies, they are ready to pay. Why? Because they want the people. After that, how they are. So how they are going to do it, it is only competency-based recruitment. We have got a very, very good. Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. The freshers, the freshers, normally the new trends, especially in terms of the digitalization part, which is more important. The learning methodologies is already changed from past to present. Learning pedagogies are different, past to present. And another one session I have conducted to Symbiosis in Pune. The influence of your extracurricular activities, like your have a seat, please. Your cultural activities, your sporting activities, your artistic talents to attain the business excellence. One of the major things which I noticed that the new generation, sometimes, WhatsApp, and always in the mobile they were doing and all. If you are saying to do some sort of long jump or high jump, or there is a tree and please climb the tree, they won't do it. But in my generation, you can say around long years before, we were very smart from the school, once you go back, we will be running and any normal these things. So new generations, very importantly, which I am saying, thank you very much for probing that. Your health is wealth. One important factor which I noticed that health matters a lot. People are with lethargy. Whatever, even I have seen my daughters or grandkids, 5 minutes learning is more than enough. They don't want to spend even 1 hour or 2 hours kind of, even which we have seen here also. Once we started here, we have got this much students. After that, they have moved, maybe various reasons. Maybe bus is waiting for them, and they may not be having that kind of interest and all. So once you are coming into a reality in real life, then they will learn. Some people are very smart, and doesn't mean that our generation, new generations are very lethargy and all, And definitely, some people are very smart, and how we can, give that kind of motivation to the students, a regular kind of experience sharing, which is more important, What is more important? The people are very smart and they will learn very smart. And if you look at even new generation, even 3 years or 4 years, boy or girl is smarter than me compared to if you give this thing, and immediately they will go and check, this is YouTube kind of thing. Attrition rate that is a very good question. In my knowledge, especially IT industries, if you look at, 1 year or 2 year, once they complete, they said, my gosh, 2 years I have finished, I want to jump it. But if you are looking for an organization like a manufacturing industry, or even look at myself, so I started my journey here in Government of Kerala. I was working with Keltron. Then I was thinking that I don't want to continue here in Keltron. I want to move to outside world and all, started searching. Then I went abroad. So around 6-7 years, and I was there. Then after that, other same kind of industries I was working and all. So the attrition rate in the industry, in the organization, that depends. That depends means, it varies from industry to industry and depends upon position to position also. Yeah. Any question, please? Yeah, thank you very much. Give a big round of applause to the good question to her. Thank you. Any other questions? Any question, please? Yes, boss? Anything? Any question? You have any question? Yeah, I am sure. Amrita University, Coimbatore? Okay. Yeah? Okay. Absolutely. Yeah.
And we also make them do service, like student social responsibility,
Yeah.
wherein they have to learn on their own.
Very good.
That is something which we do. But in spite of that, we find somewhere something like maybe the new gen thought that they lack, I mean, they are entitled to more. That's what they feel, so they won't apply for this job. They will apply for more jobs, I mean, with a better package and all. So that is something which we find.
Absolutely.
I don't know whether you are.
Yeah. Yeah. Absolutely. I noticed even in, as you said, different, it depends upon even the students also. Some people are very enthusiastic, and they are very continual learner also. We have to appreciate with them, and finally what they do, after some time, after game. I got a session with Coimbatore Amrita University, Mr. Parameswaran. Parameswaran is my close friend, and we used to do WhatsApp chat and everything and all, And we went there. I came from abroad to there for a 2-day session for faculty development and student development. All faculties, Yeah. Parameswaran is my very best and close friend. Please convey my best regards. You tell him that Dr. Sajeev Nair, we had. So what I mean to say is, continual training, you see how you can give that kind of sessions, before the master's programs they finish, Last 3 months, I should say that we have to give this kind of employability point of skills, life skills, kind of things. What organization is expecting? The big companies, they will take the one-day session, one-day interview only for interpersonal skills. What kind of person you are? If you are an engineer or a MBA guy, you'll be talking and discussing and learning and preparing a lot of things about the domain and cross-domain. But they never ask anything. They will be asking about, if you have got a team of people, you touched upon how you are going to behave as a team member, how you are going to behave as a team lead, and how you are going to be a team leader, and how you are going to face and solve and eradicate the problems in case of any inadvertent situations arises. This kind of questions. The student, what? I have already prepared a lot of things. He has not asked any question on that. So, lot of interpersonal skills questions. What Shell is saying the word, whether we are talking to a human being or a machine, they want the human, attitude and behavioral kind of attributes, they will drill it on, like a postmortem analysis, and we give a lot of online questions, and because we are paying a huge amount to these people, so definitely we'll ask, even in Reliance also, while we are hiring any GETs or in MBAs and all, around 1,200, 1,300 people, we are hiring every year. So our chairman, Mukesh Bhai, was mentioning about, we need to take from Tier 1 college, and these are all the questionnaires and which we need to do. We have got a cell. And in outside world, we have got an NRC kind of thing, National Recruitment Committee. There are a lot of systems and processes are there, before we hire a person. So that kind of meritorious people, always the high-level organization is looking for. That's what I can say. Thank you. Any question? Yes, boss. I think I came here from the industry to the Kerala Technology University, KTU, something like that, a university has formed, I was one of the member during that time. And even our, the railway metro, Sridharan was the chairman during that time. We had a very good discussions, interactive discussion with the Muscat Hotel. One of the things very clearly, not only by saying, with my experience, I have given it in writing also. The industry, even in, and also even in New Delhi, our syllabus board also, which we have given, once a sort of 2-page, 3-page. Industry, what the organization required. That kind of curriculum, that industry and academy has to sit together. It won't happen, but in maybe central kind of thing. And review the curriculum. Doesn't mean that, curriculum is bad. Curriculum is good. How you can inject occupational curriculum, which is actually the organization is looking for. That kind of things which is very important. If you review, then you can revise it in an amicable manner, then that will serve a lot, especially for this kind of problems, especially when and some sort of collaboration kind of things, some faculties, they have to go to the industry also, what the industry wants. Say, for example, me as a professional, I'm an engineer by profession, electrical and masters in industrial engineering, and PhD in engineering and organizational management. And I got international certifications, a lot of certifications. So once we learned about electrical engineering, we learned something about transformer. It's a primary winding, secondary winding, and it's a very simple in physics and all, which we already learned. Once you go and see a transformer which is bigger than this size of room, then we will realize that what we learned and what we are seeing, it is a bit different. Even this is one of the biggest problem, even the academic professors, even lecturers, they need to understand about, okay, this is the basic working principle and how this is practically implemented in the organizational requirement. Go and see it, then you will come to know about this is important. Which is more important, and this I don't have time. This we will explain. We can explain in detail about even subject by subject and topic by topic. If you look into that, and if you can review and calibrate in technological terms, if you can calibrate that kind of curriculum, that would be more important. Then man management, what Kapoor was mentioning about, how you are going to smile, how you are going to interact with others, how you are going to communicate others, your emotions, how you can control, coping with stress, adaptability and adaptability, how you are going to do it. And I have given in the LinkedIn, and because being me as a theater professional, I have given a simple Navarasas, 9 emotions, starting from Shringar to Shanda. This is very important, especially for industry entrepreneurs. Because it is knowingly or unknowingly they are doing that one. How they are going to learn it and how they can implement it in a real manner, that matters a lot. That's what I personally believe. So, which I did it also in reality. And some of the colleges and faculty, including your principal from MED, here in Kerala Government Cultural Department, Kerala State, Nadanagramam, they visited last year. And I don't know, some students, they came to me. And I was one of the faculty for giving some sort of abhinaya. Nothing related, it is abhinaya, which is important, especially for the students. Topic is abhinaya. How you are going to do the abhinaya, but how you are going to implement that abhinaya in reality in the organization, that matters a lot. That is also important.
Could I just intervene?
Yeah, sure.
Some subjects which are basically technical in nature.
Yeah.
Suppose you want to teach mathematics.
Yeah.
Okay, so domain is very important.
Yeah.
Not only that, suppose I am recruiting a chartered accountant or a financial analyst. Domain is important. Without knowing the tax law, how it can manage.
Absolutely.
Without reading the financial statement, how it can. Suppose anything which is connected to behavioral aspect.
Absolutely.
Like a human HR.
Yes.
Suppose expected to be upon HR.
Correct.
A marketing person. More than the domain, you say the practical is.
Practical.
Domain we cannot neglect it. Otherwise, there is no need to teach any domain.
Oh, absolutely.
So that should be avoided.
Ji, absolutely you are right. See, which I was mentioning about the competency is one is domain and subdomain or cross-domain and behavior. And in a very hazardous industry, one is very important is safety and occupational safety. These are all the major domains. So even if you are a very good interpersonal, you have to prove your domain, which is more important. I am talking about the competency. Initially, I was talking about domain. Yeah, absolutely. Mathematics also, even MSc mathematics or BSc physics and all, people are learning a lot about radio physics, where it is going to be applied in defense theory, how it is going to be applied in electronic theories, and how it is going to be, that kind of connectivity is more important, especially for developing the curriculum. That's what I. Absolutely. Absolutely. Thank you very much for provoking that kind of discussions. Anything? Any questions? And thank you very much for your attentive participation and attentive listening. And definitely we will connect. And at any point of time, you can connect me also in LinkedIn. And if you type Dr. Sajeev Nair in Google, you will see my my extracurricular activities also there, and plus, even the lectures and other than my profession, industry profession. Dr. Sajeev Nair, Reliance, that will be more easy. So for the last 10, 11 years, I was with the Reliance. It is not uploaded by me. It is uploaded from some other, organization and all. Thank you very much. And I'm so glad to see everyone is smiling. Keep smiling, which is more important. Thank you. Any question? Any class? You are about to ask something. I know that. So please.
No, I wanted to really appreciate this, Purana Zamane ke na, Tandarust
Okay.
Thank you, sir. Now, I invite Professor Dr. Gigi Kurian and Professor Dr. Bindu B., Ma Theophilus Training College, to honor the moderator of the session, Dr. Sajeev Nair, sir, CEO and Managing Director of Asset and CHRS with certificate and memento. Sir, please. Thank you, sir, and thank you, ma'am. Now, I invite Dr. Sajeev Nair, sir, to honor the resource persons with memento and certificate. Firstly, Professor Dr. Saji TG, Professor, Dean, School of Business Studies, Central University of Kerala. Thank you, sir. Next, Professor Sudhir Kapoor, retired principal from SCRT, New Delhi. Thank you, sir. Now, V. Manogaran, Director, Emotional Intelligence and Life Skills Training Team, Sri Lanka. Thank you, sir, and thank you, ma'am. Now, to officially propose a vote of thanks, I invite Pavitra S., Research Scholar of Ma Theophilus Training College.
Good evening, everyone. Respected dignitaries, on and off the dais, and all who gathered here. It has been such an honor to be a part of this informative session. On behalf of the organization of ICLSE, I would like to extend my heartfelt gratitude to the moderator of the session, Dr. Sajeev Kumar Na, who handled throughout this session. Thank you, sir. I would like to extend my sincere thanks to our keynote speaker of this session, Dr. K. Elangovan, IAS, who delivered an overall idea of the session. Thank you, sir. Next, I would like to extend my sincere gratitude to the resource persons who participated in these panel discussions, who are Professor Dr. T.J. Saji, Dr. Sudhir Kumar, and V. Manogaran, sir. Make this section a fruitful one. Thank you, sir. Thank you all for participating in this session. We couldn't have done it without you. Once again, thank you all.